Oh. I left at what, 9:20? 20. So typically the bus will arrive around 9:45 to 48, somewhere like that. And I haven't seen it yet. It's past 50 now. It was a holiday. Okay. Yeah, so the other people who they moved in there, the other guys just basically sits there all day when I'm there. I don't know whether these people even have jobs, so a couple of them, or go to school or whatever. I think they just sit there. Here we go. Here's the cops right here. You can see this here. Police coming down here. Lights on, tending to nothing as usual. You see them going by there. Everything else is quiet. Now they turned the lights off. Notice that? So the lights went off right as they passed me. They turned the lights on as they got to me, and then switched them off right as they passed. I'm using the phone here because I had to save the battery for my spy camera glasses. I had them on for a while, so otherwise empty street here. You can see this is Labor Day, well, the night of Labor Day, and police arriving right at my location. Gatineau police turning their lights on right as they get to my location, then after passing turning them off. It's completely quiet here, aside from the few surveillance role players who they have walking around here, and Gatineau police dealing with nothing as usual, but stopping by to stalk, harass, threaten and intimidate me as I go to work. Yeah, so anyway, it's Labor Day 2023, the night of Labor Day, and we see the police showing up right as I am on my way to work there. They didn't put the siren on that time. They just put the lights on as they got to me, and then immediately as they passed me, turned them off. So misuse of resources as usual there, and harassing and stalking a law-abiding citizen. Yeah, I'm using the phone right now just because battery in the glasses. Yeah, here's another cop car coming now. Let's see here. I'm gonna switch the glasses on as well. Let's see if I can pick this one up. So you saw one just pass there, and there's another one coming up the street. This could be a fire truck. Is it a fire truck or is it a police car? I got the phone out too. Yeah, it's or is it an ambulance? Again, this is right as I'm leaving for work. Now let's see if they turn the lights off as they pass, or if they turn the siren on. It's an ambulance, I think. I think it's an ambulance. So you just saw a police car pass me by there, and turn on its lights immediately after passing. Now it just turned the lights off. You can see that there? Yeah, it's an ambulance. It's an ambulance. So a police car and an ambulance as I head to work on this Monday night. Have the phone out here. I switched the glasses off just for momentarily, but I also switched the glasses back on to capture that one. So a police car and an ambulance showing up as I head to work on this Monday night, Labor Day night. Bus is a little slower. I had forgotten they were on a holiday schedule, so. See how many one-headlight vehicles. I've seen a couple already. A couple of them going by here. You can see here more people coming by here creepily. Like I said, when you're on one of these watch lists, you barely. Now again, look at this here. And check this out. Everything's closed here. Look at this person here. Look at where they're parking. You can see that very clearly here. So driving right up to where I am in an empty, you can see everything's closed. The mall's closed here, and it's an empty parking lot. And he's just driving right up to here to linger. I'm gonna get the license plate of this creep here. The license plate of this creep at the back here. His license plate. You can see what he's doing. He's just sitting there. 094 ZGW. 094 ZGW is the license plate. Notice where he's parked and where I was standing. Now the parking lot's completely empty, and this creep here pulls up right where now he's gonna go. Watch. Notice he's gonna go. Now notice I'm walking up here, so we'll see if the stalker follows. Parking lot's completely empty of any of the places where he could park. Now look at, he's leaving now. Notice that? So of any of the places, now another guy creep coming up here. Of any of the places where he could park, he drives up right directly pointing right next to me. where I'm standing. It's all done to provoke and to cause a problem. And now he's going to drive up next to me again. So now he's going back. Okay, I'm going to go back. You notice where I was standing? Now he's gone. Notice that? So he's gone now. As I walk away from the stalker, he pulls away. So I'm standing there. You can see how much more obvious can it be than this. I reiterate, now he's going back here. Now he's going back. Look at this guy. Okay. Now you can see I'm moving away and he's following. He's following continually. He's come back here. I walked away. He follows. Okay, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go up here. Is he going to continue to follow me? I'm recording this. If he continues to follow me, I'll call the police. Let's see if he's still there. No, is he gone? Okay, now he left again. So you notice this, right? Now this is him here. I'm going back to the stop. I'm going back to the bus stop back here. He's continuing to follow me wherever I go. Notice this. Okay, now he's going. Now there's some creeps coming out there. So you saw what he did there. Very obvious. Look at the parking lot here. Again, to reiterate, look at this parking lot. Completely empty. Everything's closed. I'm waiting for the bus. The guy pulls up right next to me of anywhere he could go, shining the light directly on me. There's a one headlight car and a stalker motorcyclist there. Of anywhere he could go. So I move away. You could clearly see I moved away there. To provoke, he starts following, going the other direction. I then come back, and he comes back over and parks there again. So that is like overt stalking, and you could see that. And it's done to provoke. I didn't say anything to him. Obvious there. So fortunately, I got his license plate as well. Now, if he continued to follow, I would have good reason to contact the police in that situation, because I have evidence that he's basically following me. And when I moved on away from where he was, he persisted with following. Now, I went to get his plate number because of how obvious what he was doing was. So I just went, got the plate number, and then came back to the stop here. That's another police car there. So that's 2 police cars and an ambulance thus far. And the police are aware of what transpired right there too, with the stalker who was sent to antagonize and cause conflict. And the police showing up and doing the same thing, basically. Allowing people to criminally stalk you. And you could see right there, after that occurred, he finally drove away. After I walked up there, he would start to follow after me. Then when I noticed he was doing that, I come back. Then he comes back again. Then I finally noticed him moving away. And then after he leaves, you see the police right away coming by. That's to show me that they're in on it, obviously. That they know about it. So more evidence there that these creeps are just everything the opposite of what they're supposed to be. They don't uphold the law. They don't assist people. They don't serve the public. They harass and stalk law-abiding citizens. Pure and simple. Go to the next one. Let's go on Camouflage Pants there, you can see. What else is new, right? Starts in the biker as well. Motorcycle helmet there. And the Camouflage Pants. There's got to be some people around who aren't involved in that, who must be noticing that. Like, I mean, even people who aren't on targeted lists, watch lists, because it's so obvious. Like, there's so many people wearing that, the camouflage. I mean, there's got to be some others picking up on it who you know, haven't agreed to take part in those things and signed on and made the deal to get their universal basic income and become a slave to the state. So it's got to look weird to them, because there's so many of them wearing it, right? I'm sure there's some people who are like questioning it, like, what's going on here? Why is there so many people wearing that camouflage attire? It's not like a fashion trend that they're showing in a movie or anything. It's just all of a sudden started wearing it around a year ago from last December. I started noticing it then. Maybe it was going on a bit before then, but that's when I started to notice it in Toronto. And it's all over. So yeah, there's got to be some other people noticing that too, I'm sure. I mean, I know they have a lot of people enlisted, but they still have some who they haven't, and That's got to look a little bit fishy to some people. They got to be wondering, hold on, what's going on with that? People don't all just randomly get up and put on the same clothing, like a uniform. It's odd, right? Same guy coming back again here. You can hear with that vehicle there. Same guy driving back around the same way. Here you got the picture of his face here. Yeah, he just went right around the block and right back again. You can hear the same noise there. Quebec license plate too. Okay. Watch, I have something out here. Right in front here. So as I'm leaving now. Okay, look at that, see? Right as I'm leaving here. You can see that there. You can see that there. Pulling out right as I'm leaving. Right there. Saw that. Just as I stepped out. So I use them tonight. Camouflage right here, you can see. Got on with the camouflage, you're gonna hear him making fake coughing noises just to the behind me.
Parliament Station.
Doors closing. Fermeture des portes.
Next station, Rita. Byward Market. Organizedstalking.
He suddenly got a bad cough. Suddenly developed a really bad cough right when he sat down next to me. You notice he wasn't coughing when he got on the train, and then he sits down next to me and he starts coughing right away. Again, you saw the guy get on. He wasn't coughing at all. Now as soon as he sits down there, he starts coughing crazily. Now, if I was to move up here to the other side, they would have someone else start coughing. I would be willing to bet. Let's try that. Okay, I'm going to move up here. If I move up to the other area, they'll have someone start coughing up there. Let's try it. Okay? Let's see what happens. Now watch, somebody's going to start coughing up here. Guaranteed. Okay, I'm in a different area now, right? Now listen up. You're going to hear more coughing up here. Notice that the dude with the camouflage, as soon as he gets on, he wasn't coughing at all as he got on. The moment he gets on and sits behind me, he starts doing the fake coughing noises right away. Normally, you can hear it still. Normally, I have earphones on, so another guy wearing camouflage over there, you can see. Camouflage pants on. So you saw the guy behind me back there who was doing the cough. He had camouflage on as well, and then they have another guy who just happens to be wearing it over there as well. It must be coincidence that they have like half the population wearing camouflage. Nothing weird about that. Camouflage. Across the street is out there. And as we come up to the street where I make a right, we'll see the usual motorcycle gangs that usually follow me around here. Excuse me. They're still working on the road here. It's blocked off. Looks like some sewage issue or something. It must be a serious problem if they're actually working on fixing something here, because you can see the roads do not get fixed too regularly here. So it must be like a serious issue. Okay, now look at this here as I'm coming up here. Just see to your left there, right to correspond with my arrival. Now you notice he's taking how slow the person's going. I'm just going to slow down here. Have a look at my phone. Just notice now very, very, very slowly he's going there here. Let's see here now, notice. Unnaturally slow as usual, okay. You going back in now? Okay. Let's see. Is he just gonna idle? Oh no, it's pulling out. Okay. So that's typical. Like I said, they're switching it up fairly regularly. They had last week the one bald guy doing it 2 nights when I left and 2 days when I came home. But aside from him, it's been more random lately. Last night they used the neighbor house on the left side as I left to pull out right as I was leaving. And often what I like to do is kind of just slow down a little bit, just to make it awkward for them, because it's supposed to synchronize right with pretty close. When you get close or right across from them, so you can see they got old guys out here. The guy staring over again. He was out there a few times recently too. He's gonna make a coughing noise probably when I go by. Notice him staring over there. You can see. You hear him talking to me. You hear him talking to me too. I don't understand what he's saying. No clue what he's saying. No clue what he's saying. You saw him in the other videos too, standing out there glaring at me as I went by on numerous occasions. He just happens to stand in front of his house as I come by. So he's not on his property, so I can film him if I want. I didn't even have the phone on, but he saw that I'm holding the phone out in front of me for the flashlight because it's dark. So yeah, so I hold it up there briefly to make him think I'm filming him. You can film whenever you want to in a public area, so you can't say anything about that. And besides that, it's him that's acting creepy. Anyone can see that. Because how many times are you going to have to stand in front of your house for a smoke right as I'm passing? You've seen him. How many other times have you seen that guy, right? Standing out there, creepily, staring out at the street. all done to antagonize and whatnot. And then again, he started saying something there. I couldn't understand what it was. She was speaking in French. But I know he's been told to do that because you could hear the other time he started doing the fake coughing noises right when I was synchronized, right when I was across from him. So you can see they had him out there tonight. Making across here because we got a group of stalkers coming up here, and then another stalker coming by there on the bicycle. Let's cross over here. Yeah, so probably gonna see it now. No, look at this now, turning back. Okay, so they're just walking this way, then they turn back and cross over here when I come down there. Notice that? Let's cross here away from these creeps. Yeah, they're heading down there. And then they stopped when they saw I crossed, and then crossed over there. So, yep, the usual activity tonight as I leave. And yeah, he was saying, I don't know what that guy was saying. He was saying something to provoke, though, I'm sure. But the funny thing is, so the guy who lives next door to him obviously is that cop, or either a cop or a firefighter or some public servant. The guy who came out and tried all the gaslighting stuff the previous time. That time a few weeks ago. So when he came out, and the other time, we've gone over this a number of times, but I told him multiple times I don't want to talk to you. And I was further down the street. I wasn't across from his house at all. I was further up. First motorcyclist there. So basically, he continued to persist to try to engage in conversation. But one thing you'll notice, which is very telling about that guy, that night who did that, who wouldn't, again, who persisted to try to engage in conversation after I told him 3 times I didn't want to talk to him. I wasn't standing near his house. I was on the opposite side of the street. And he had ignored the fact that there were 2 suspicious individuals in black hoodies standing right in front of his house. It was obvious that he was told to come out. So, hand across the chest there, you can see he did the hand sign right across the chest there. The guy, as he passed, put his hand like directly across. So yeah, that guy there. Now you see a guy idling in a vehicle here with the lights on here. Probably gonna pull out as I get close to there. He had that guy. One thing you'll notice is when he started talking to me, he immediately started talking in English. Now that's completely unnatural here because. You know, if they don't know someone or whatever, if they're not aware of who somebody is, they're going to immediately start talking in French. It's not common at all to start talking in English to somebody here unless you know that person unless you already know that person speaks English. Now, bear in mind, I'd never had any interactions with that gentleman before in my life. So the only way he could know that would be if somebody had told him about me, right? So just further proof there, very obvious. Because they don't do that. It's not common at all to initiate a conversation that isn't in French here. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of people speak English as well, but they're going to start the conversation in French if they don't know you, unless they already know that the person speaks English. Then, which he did because he had been told about me, right? Which proves even further that he'd been told to come out that night and provoke. So. Yeah, see that straight ahead there? Police right at the intersection there. As I come up here, just gotta stop into this store here. It's a 24-hour small grocery store here I sometimes go to before I go to work. So see the cops there really quickly going by right as I come up here. This is the same intersection where that police car arrived, and I spoke to them, and they both refused to provide their badge number. So I just recently filed a complaint against them, and I'm just waiting to hear on that. It could take a couple weeks. Yeah, I filed a complaint because they are required to provide their badge number. So conveniently, that one went by just before I got up here, so I couldn't speak to them. So that they did that more than likely intentionally in that situation. So yeah, police in Ottawa tonight. I wear a black hoodie right here. Surprise, surprise. There we go. Right away. As soon as I get here, watch. Right at the stop. Look at this. Yeah.